Hello, welcome. Today we want to solve a quadratic equation using the formula method. The formula method is the formula for quadratic equation is x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. This formula is in your textbook and in your four-figure table, depending the country you are, but the formula will be supplied you. But with use, you can remember the formula easily. Now, if you look at the question on the board, the question says solve 3s squared plus 2s minus 1 is equal to 0. Now, the letter, it doesn't have to be x. It can be k, it can be any letter. But for learning and teaching purposes, it is better you use x. Okay, but any question can come in any form. This x can be k, can be h, can be any letter, but it's still the same formula. Now, from the general quadratic equation, which this formula was obtained, s squared plus bs plus c is equal to 0. From this general equation and comparing this quadratic equation with this general quadratic equation, you will see that a, the coefficient of s squared, which is a here it is 3, and the coefficient of x, which is plus 2 here, so b is plus 2, and lastly the coefficient of c in this case is minus 1. Good. So we have to now substitute these values into the formula. So substituting into the formula, we have it as that is 2. Always put it in bracket, because sometimes b can be minus 2. Because when you put it in bracket, there will be no mistake made, because mistake is easily made when you don't put it in bracket. Now we have it as 2 squared minus 4 into 3 times minus 1. Remember the bracket I told you about. So all divided by 2 times 3. Now if we expand further, or we open the bracket, that will be minus 2 plus or minus square root of, here will be 4, minus 4 times 3 times minus 1. Minus times minus is going to give you plus. 4 times 3, 12, times 1, that is 12. So we have it as that this one will be over 6. Now we will simplify further. Let's create some space here. Okay, it is fun when you are solving maths. If you start simply, little by little, you realize that this thing is not difficult. It's actually knowing what to put where. Now we have here to be x minus 2 plus or minus, here will now be 4 plus 12, that is 16, all divided by 6. Now we have x will be minus 2 plus or minus, the square root of 16 is 4 over 6. Now as you follow along, you will realize that once you know that substituting is all you have to do, it will be very easy for you to find your answer. Now s is equal to minus 2 plus or minus 4. So s is equal to minus 2 plus 4 over 6. Now minus 2 plus 4 over 6 is going to give us what? That will be 2 over 6. So x in this case will be 1 over 3, because 2 here is 1, 2 here is 3. So we have obtained the first value for x. Now the second value for x is similarly the same. We are going to go back to what we got here. So that will be x will be minus 2 minus 4. You know, we use plus, the first one plus, so we are using the next one minus over 6. Remember, in quadratic equation, you get two answers. So minus 2 minus 4 will give you minus 6 divided by 6. So your answer is minus 1 because 6 here is 1, 6 here is 1. So your answers are x is 1 over 3 or x is 1. So that is using the formula method to solve any quadratic equation. Some equation cannot be solved by factorization, but with the formula, it can solve all quadratic equation. So until I come again with another video, have other questions, attempt other questions, try solving other questions using a formula. It's practice. Once you practice, it will be easy for you to solve as many questions as you come across. Okay, so keep practicing, learn, and you will become good at it. So until I come again with another video, enjoy maths.